What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the Bank of America Roval 400. Let's go and just jump straight into it. This weekend, NASCAR is heading out to the Roval to decide who makes it to the round of 8. We'll probably see a lot of chaos. Every year we've come to this track for the last 3 years. This race has tended to be chaotic, where drivers who seem to be above the cutoff line or close to the cutoff line tend to run into problems, and racing tends to be really crazy. And there is potential in the final few laps of the race that we can see the Tom Turnberg turn or the Wall Hartburn turn become a really big issue where drivers drive into that, because sometimes drivers forget that you need to brake in those corners. So that is something that we're going to have to watch for this weekend. But first, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. The weather actually looks really good this weekend. It looks like it's going to be mostly cloudy skies for the majority of the day, with right now only a 20% chance of rain. Keep in mind it's early in the week, so there is potentially a chance for there to potentially not be rain this weekend, and maybe there might be some rain. No, we know Saturday there is going to be rain this weekend, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, but there is potential for rain. Let's keep an eye on this weekend. So let's first, though, also take a look at the playoff standings coming into this weekend at the Roval. And looking at the playoff standings, no one is really safe at the moment. Denny Hamlin's already locked in with his win at Las Vegas, but after Bubba Wallace won this past weekend at Talladega, huge congratulations to 23-11 to them, by the way. The playoff cutoff line looks very close at the moment. Kyle Larson is second, right? He is only 22 points above the cutoff line. Joe Logano is third, 21 points ahead. Brad Keselowski and Mark Truex Jr. are tied for fourth and fifth, 20 points ahead. Ryan Blaney is sixth, 15 points ahead. And Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch are tied for last with 9 points ahead. Kevin Harvick currently sits 9 points below the cutoff line. Chris Roval sits 28 points below the cutoff line. William Byron sits 44 points below the cutoff line. And Alex Bowman sits 52 points below the cutoff line. Looking at the drivers that are currently below the cutoff line at this given moment, I think really, besides Kevin Harvick, I think Chris Roval, unless he really has a really strong day or gets a ton of points and one of these drivers struggle that is above the cutoff line, I think Chris Roval is going to need to win a race. Same with William Byron and Alex Bowman. I think both of those guys are must-win situations. But I think that there are two drivers here, Chris Roval and Alex Bowman, that easily could win this race. They've both been historically really good on road courses, and Alex Bowman, not to mention, is arguably one of the best average finishes at this track. I look at the guys above the cutoff line, and like I said, not even Kyle Larson is safe at the moment. But I think the Kyle Busch is the one that could, unfortunately, get below that cutoff line at the end of the day, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But now, let's jump into the picks finally. So, for those who are new to the channel, here's how I do picks on the channel. I do picks on the channel similar to the NASCAR Weekly podcast. I do a suck pick. A driver doesn't always run up front, or a driver does run up front who's going to struggle during the week. An underdog pick, a driver doesn't always run up front who's been really historically good and not the best equipment, who's going to do really good and have a strong run. And a pit driver who I pick to win. And then I will tell you the ones you need to keep an eye out for this weekend. And trust me, we got a lot that you need to keep an eye out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. So let's first start off with the suck pick. Who is going to suck at the Charlotte Roval? This driver currently sits in the playoffs, and like I said, he's only 9 points currently above the cutoff line. However, I've looked up this guy's statistics coming into this weekend, and he's never finished inside the top 30, which is shocking considering this dude has generally been really good at road courses throughout his entire career, and he's ran in top 5 a majority of road courses. But it seems like when we come to the Charlotte Roval, this driver tends to struggle. My suck pick is going to be Kyle Busch. Like I said, Kyle Busch has never ran really well. I believe his best finish is 30th. He's only finished once even inside the top 30, and he's historically not been that great at this racetrack. And I don't think Kyle Busch is going to run absolutely horrendous. I think for the first time, he's actually going to finish the race, but I don't think Kyle Busch is going to be a contender this weekend. I think he finishes outside the top 20, and I unfortunately think there's a really good chance, unless we see some of these guys below the cutoff line that run really well, I think Kyle Busch could get eliminated, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. And now we're going to jump onto the underdog pick. Who is my underdog pick for this weekend's Bank of America Roval 400? My underdog pick has been really strong on the road courses. Besides crashing it out at the Indianapolis road course, the driver's worst finish on the road course this year has been a 12th place finish. He's generally finished about 4th or 7th, and he's been surprisingly really good at the road courses. My underdog pick is going to be Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain, like I said, has been really good on the road course tracks, and I'm not entirely sure how great he is at this track in the past, whether it's in Xfinity or whatever he's been on other road course tracks, but I think that Ross Chastain is going to run really well. I think he's going to get a very awesome finish, and I think Ross Chastain will be your underdog this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And now we're going to jump onto the winner's pick. Who is my winner's pick for the Charlotte Roval? This guy is not too much currently above the cutoff line. However, this guy has won the last 2 straight races at the Charlotte Roval, and he's currently the king of road courses with 6 or 7 career road course races. He's only a few from becoming the all-time winner on road course tracks. Like I mentioned, he's won the last 3 times he's been here at the Charlotte Roval. This should be no surprise. My winner's pick for the Charlotte Roval in 2021 is going to be Chase Elliott. Even though, like I said, Chase Elliott's not too far above the cutoff line at the moment, I think Chase Elliott will not have any problems getting into the next round. I think the Hendrick cars are going to be really, really fast. I think Hendrick's going to be putting a lot of their eggs in this basket, considering really no one's currently safe from the Hendrick camp at the moment. I think Chase Elliott is going to pick up his 3rd win of the 2021 season here at the Charlotte Roval, or 3rd or 4th win this year at the Charlotte Roval. I think it gets it done this weekend. And now we're going to jump on to the ones that you need to keep an eye out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. Who are the ones that you need to watch? The first driver you need to keep an eye on is going to be Kyle Larson. I think Kyle Larson, besides Chase Elliott, has been the best on the road courses this year. And I know his average finish is a 19th place finish. But remember, in 2018, the first year that we ran at the Charlotte Roval, Kyle Larson actually dominated that race and had arguably the fastest car in that event. And in 2019, he ran pretty consistently well in the last time we ran here in 2019. And I don't think he's going to have those same mistakes. Plus, I think Kyle Larson, like I mentioned, has been really, really good on the road course this year. And I think that with the help of the road course ace of Chase Elliott being there, I think Kyle Larson has a very strong run. I think he will be Chase Elliott's biggest threat this weekend. I think he for sure gets a top 5, and he makes sure he 100% advances to the round of 8. I think Kyle Larson has a great run this weekend. A second driver you need to keep an eye on. This guy has been historically really, really good at the road course, especially here at the Charlotte Roval, and has been able to finish up front. Has arguably the second best average finish of anybody at the track through the last 3 years. The second driver is Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman's best road course opportunity is coming into this weekend, and he is going to need to win this weekend to make it into the next round. I think that Hendrick Motorsports and this team are going to put a lot of their eggs in the basket of Alex Bowman and try to help him have an opportunity to advance into the next round. So I think that Alex Bowman is going to have a very strong run, and I think that he'll for sure have a chance. I don't think, unfortunately, he's going to make it out unless he wins, and it's going to be a big week for him, but I think Alex Bowman for sure has a good run this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. The third driver we need to keep an eye on, in my opinion, is going to be Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney is very underrated here at the Charlotte Roval. He actually won the first time we were here in 2018. Yes, of course, he kind of got gifted after Jimmy Johnson got into Mark Truex Jr. and that crazy finish where he was able to steal the win. However, Ryan Blaney's actually been up front the last couple times we were here, and he was really one of Chase Elliott's biggest threats in 2019 and in 2020 as well. I think Ryan Blaney's going to have a lot of speed. He could surprise and potentially get a second road course win and get a second win at the Charlotte Roval. I think Ryan Blaney's going to have a lot of speed, and I think he'll for sure have a chance of getting a top 5 this weekend. The fourth driver I need to keep it on this weekend is going to be AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger is coming in running this weekend for College Racing in the number 16 car. This will be the last time, I believe, that the 16 car races this year, unless they decide to run a couple more races later in the year to get a little more experience going into 2022. But I think that AJ Allmendinger is for sure going to run in the top 5. He could surprisingly still win this week and get College's second career victory after earlier this week winning the Indianapolis road course. Of course, some circumstances really did help him get that victory. But I think AJ Allmendinger is going to have a very sharp run this weekend, especially since he will be running the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. I think comes in this weekend with a very sharp run and helps College Racing in the owner's point position going forward. And the final driver we need to keep an eye on for this weekend is this guy. Sits currently below the cutoff line at the moment, but he does have a chance to mathematically get on points, but he's probably going to need to win. The final guy is Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell has been really, really solid on road course this year. He does have his only career win so far in the Cup Series at the Daytona road course. Plus, he's been historically really, really fast on road course track throughout his entire career. So I think that Christopher Bell is going to have a very strong run this weekend. I think he for sure gets top 5. I still think it's very unlikely he will get through the next round, but I think he'll have a very strong run and try to end the season on a high note. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but Christopher Bell is my last driver to keep an eye on for this weekend. So those are my picks for this weekend's Bank of America Roval 400. Just a reminder, my suck pick is Kyle Busch, my underdog pick is Ross Chastain, my winner's pick is Chase Elliott, and the ones you need to keep an eye out for this weekend are Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, and Christopher Bell, all the ones you need to keep an eye out for this weekend. So anyway, those are my race picks. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications so you're notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support our page as well. Let's go below for that and comment your thoughts on today's video. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Your suck pick, your underdog pick, your winner's pick, and tell me the ones you need to watch for this weekend. And let me know which 4 drivers do you think after this weekend will be eliminated out of this route. Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.